Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Montenegro. I will speak in Montenegrin language, but I just want to send the first regards in our, let's say, common language. Dobro jutro svima, veliki pozdrav, dobrodošli u Crnu Goru. Mir se kenjartno Maltuzi. In the beginning, what to say? For me, it's a great honor and great pleasure, and I want to congratulate our Deputy Prime Minister and Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Jokovic, for organizing this meeting. Also to just say the big thankful to Mr. Ilic and all another minister which coming from any country. For us, this is very important point today, because Montenegro have the huge ambition to going forward in the promoting of the green politics, and especially in this tough time, which are pretty complicated also for the countries with better agriculture than Montenegro. It's very important to have you here and to share the opinions and to see possibilities how we can growing together. The discussion, I will start with this, but it's connected with the food crisis. After the aggression of the Russia Federation in Ukraine, we have the big food crisis globally. But nevertheless, I think that this also gives some new vision, a new opportunity for every country, and maybe to think what was the mistake for the previous period and what we can do better in the future. First, we come from the previous crisis of COVID-19, and was very destructive in Montenegro, because we are really dependent from the tourism sector. 25% of our GDP incomes are from touristic sector directly, maybe 75% indirectly. We coming to another crisis, but the COVID-19 crisis promoting one positive thing for the agriculture. That was the first time that in our country people starting to going back to the village. For the first time people starting to go back to the land, and the first time they starting to make the production, not in some huge aspect, but definitely it's changed a little bit mindset. After this first crisis of COVID, we coming to another, but the parameters of the Montenegro are better than before. Yesterday we have the government session and discussing about one very positive thing for our country. In last year, so in 2022, so we have still 2 months, we growing in our export for 70%, which is really huge. Most of that export is connected with the production of food. So we don't have too much good parameters when we comparing export and import in Montenegro. It was only 17%, 17. This year is 20%. So we are very satisfied, because finally our products, finally something which is produced in Montenegro starting to be recognized, and we starting to open the new markets. Why is this meeting important? Important is because we want to promote two things which are really ambition of the government. First is to see how we can together use this opportunity of the common market. I think that in Montenegro sometimes people are a little bit afraid from the common market. This is not a good point. It's not a good message. I think that the common market is the opportunity for every country in the Western Balkans. And our people who wants to work in the production should be ready to be very competitive with another people from the region. This is first point. Second thing which is important is to see the opportunity how we can all together promoting more this green agenda. We are a country which is dedicated by constitution like ecological state. Maybe only country in the world which have that component in the constitution. I think that our behavior it's not so compatible with that what we have in the Constitution. So we need to work more to promote more green policies, to promote more green agenda, and definitely to see the possibility how we can use the good examples from the region, from the Europe, and these kind of things, this kind of operation, this kind of methodology to start to implement in our country. We adopted the budget yesterday in the government. Of course, that will be part of the session in the parliament in the next few weeks. And I am satisfied because the budget for the agriculture is increasing. Budget for the subvention, different kind of subvention for the people who wants to work in agriculture are bigger than last year. But we see one thing like a problem, and when we discuss many times with Deputy Prime Minister, that people still are not using the possibility in agriculture. EU funds, what we have for the supporting of agriculture, are not used more than 25%. It's the very big problem to make the people to see the system how they can use this money in the better way, because that money existing like a amount of money, but we still don't have enough users. So there are some factors because it's situation like this. One factor is because maybe administration is too complicated. Maybe also people from the public administration are still far from the people who are working in agriculture. So we need to see how that gap, how we can manage with that gap. And second thing is maybe because they don't have enough people who work in this kind of jobs. They don't have enough information that funds existing. So I think that if you have possibility to share your opinions and to see how is fixed in some another country, these kind of things, I think that will be very useful for us. We have many sectors in the agriculture which can growing a lot in the next period. One is fishing. I coming from the one town in the coast, Ulcin, which is not far from Budva, and I remember that 30 years ago or 25 years ago I was the child, but always with my uncle. I going around. He works with. We have more fishing boats than now. I think that we are not using 1% of our fishing funds. And we need to do something. I know this is the hard job and they are not so easy, and people love more to stay and to sell the apartments during touristic season. It's much better to have the restaurants or something like that, but we need to motivate people to go in the production of food. This is not only thing. And also some another sectors in agriculture, I think we need to promote more. So to conclude, to not make the so long story, because it will be important, much more important to have the open discussion. I just want to say that we recognizing these kind of things, this kind of meeting, are like extremely important for our country. And if you ask me, like a prime minister, which meeting you want to have in Budva, we are very welcome for everybody. But I think that the agriculture and energy sector will be more important sector in future of this country. They are also connected with tourism, with another sector, is true. But if you ask me, what do you think in next 10 years can growing a lot in Montenegro? That is agriculture and energy sector. In one sense, that two sectors can be very connected now with the new technology, and I hope that all discussion what you will have today will be very productive, also for understanding how we can move forward together. So Just in the conclusion, in the end, I am very happy because you give me this possibility to open this meeting. I am more than sure that you will have very productive discussion, and you are always more than welcome in Montenegro. In the end of the day, we need to see how only with solidarity of different countries we can just manage this kind of crisis, which are not producing in our countries, but which can have the very big negative impact also in our lives. So, evo, iako sam rekao da ću pričati na crnogorskom, završih nekako na engleskom, ali nećete zamjeriti samo iz poštovanja prema možda ljudima koji su došli iz zemalja koji ne razumiju naš jezik. U svakom slučaju, mislim da je jako važno što se ovaj sastanak održava ovdje. Ja sam jako zahvalan svima. Siguran sam da ćete zajednički donijeti neke mudre zaključke koji će biti korisni za sve države i regiona, i zašto da ne i za naše partnere iz Evropske unije, i da jednostavno zajednički radimo više na promociji i zelenih politika i poljoprivrede, ruralnog razvoja generalno i razvoja sela. Tako da se još jednom zaista zahvaljujem, velika mi je čast i zahvaljujem i mom ličnom prijatelju, potpredsjedniku Vlade, gospodinu Jokoviću, što me pozvao, a naravno nadam se da ćete imati jako lijepo druženje u Budvi. Ovdje ste i u Crnoj Gori uvijek više nego dobrodošli.